Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Soulcreek, where we are making our way back into the Black Zones in search of answers. The snowy peaks and glistening landscapes beckon us. I, however, slow my pace. Then I stop. A shadowy sense of dread creeps over me. I wince and look back at the Draconi village. My chest thumps. Alex? Loken has stopped too. You are okay? I don't reply. The length of this journey hadn't hit me before now. It will be gone a while. It'll be dangerous. Alex, I just had a thought. With a concerned scowl, Loken slowly walks back over to me. Tell me this thought you are having. You are uneasy? My eyes are still fixed on the village. I've not really considered how it's the closest thing to a home I've had since arriving here, even if I've struggled to bond with it. We're going to a black zone, and we might not come back. Alex. Loken's hefty paw clasps on my shoulder, and he turns me to him. The hound cups my chin, lifting my face up to his. That is not our path. We will be cautious and treat this task with respect. We sail the Black Ocean. We do not dive within it. We will return to our clan. I smile, grabbing his paw from my chin and pulling it to my cheek, resting my face on it. You're a wise hound. Many have said this. Come, we must begin this journey. He gently ushers me to the walk at his side with an arm around my shoulder, pulling me from the view of the clan. I do so, keeping a steady pace with him. The walk across the field is long. Neither of us talk. Soon we pass over the plains and into the next valley. When I look back, the Draconi village is out of sight. No turning back now. It's serene, walking silently side by side with Loken through the wilderness. As usual, the mountains are gorgeous. I look to the breathtaking peaks and soft contours of the clouds. The wind whispers a calming tune. Even the soft thump of our feet on dry grass is pleasant to the ears. There's a warmish glow against the chill of the breeze. I inhale. The soothing, brisk air soaks my lungs. It really is nice in Alayla. Just like Loken said, I feel calmed. It's hard to believe that only a thin line stands between all this tranquility and the menacing black zones, where dread, turmoil, and slaughter await at every miserable turn. Alex. I almost jump. It's the first time he's spoken since our journey began. Yeah? You are feeling calm? Yeah, much better. Thanks, big guy. Thanks for everything. I step sideways, bumping into him affectionately. I really appreciate you, and everything you've done for me. Tell me more about the Zephyr. I snicker. That came out of nowhere. What do you want to know? You had jokes? Jokes? Really? These are stories. They're intended to make you laugh. Yeah, I know. I'm just surprised. I didn't think jokes would be your thing. Explain. You're just, a straight thinker. You really want to hear one? I do. Tell me a Zephyr joke. This should be good. Well, the most common one that comes to mind is, why did the chicken cross the road? He adopts the crooked head of canine confusion immediately. Alex, that is not funny. Jokes are funny. This joke is not. That's just the build-up. I haven't said the punchline. Oh, I am sorry. Continue with this joke. Okay, so why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. That's the joke. I am confused. Maybe that's not the best joke. I can't think of any good ones. I do not think this joke is good. I would also cross this road if it was my path. Well, do you guys have any jokes in Alayla? Taki has told many jokes. I do not understand them. I was hoping I would understand Zephyr jokes instead. His voice softens in melancholy. Hey, it's okay. Like I said, jokes just might not be your thing. They're all about wordplay most of the time. Do you remember any of the jokes Taki said? I do. One day, Taki was discussing Barrow with the other tribeswomen. She said that if Barrow wished to get laid at the indulgence, he'd be better off climbing up a chicken's ass and waiting. I snort with laughter. That sounds like Taki. You are understanding this joke. The tribeswomen all laughed. It's just a play on words. Explain. It's, like, get laid means to, get with someone. Mating. I'm confused. Getting laid, like a chicken laying eggs, but also it can mean mating? Does that make sense? You are talking nonsense. It's just that it can mean two things at the same time. No, the joke is confusing. People will hear one thing and confuse it with another. That is not funny. A joke must be funny, not confusing. I can't stop myself smiling. You are smiling? Alex, no, this joke is not funny. It is poorly spoken. Not the joke, you. You're great. You are mocking me. No, I just love how your head works. His stride gets slightly slower. Others do not say this. They say I am strange. They say I'm not good at talking. You were mute most of your childhood, Loken. It's okay to find talking tough. That doesn't mean you're bad at it. You're just different. You're the wisest person I know. That's why you're a great black runner and a teacher. Perhaps. He goes quiet, but I notice his tail waving cheerfully behind him. I step to the side and we walk and tuck myself under his arm affectionately. You're a good hound. He smiles, pulling me into his side. You are a good human. He tussles my hair playfully. A comfortable silence falls between us on our solitary march. We pass around a gorgeous, tranquil lake. Loken stops for a moment, cupping the water into his paws and drinking from it. Can I ask you something? He rises to his full height, head tilting curiously. Tell me what you would like to know. Caius spoke like he knows you pretty well back there. How come? Loken gestures for me to walk alongside him. We resume our journey, skirting around the edge of the lake. We are acquainted. My mentor, Aya, was also known to Caius. She was born of the Riptide clan. So Caius was her chieftain? No. Aya is senior to Caius. She had become a black runner and parted ways with the Riptide clan before Caius was its chieftain. Caius was born of the Draconi clan. He moved to the Riptide clan after Alira's death. He took control of the clan in 15 days. How the hell did he manage that? This was a different time. The Riptide clan was not faring well. Their chieftain, Garrick, was not good. He would hoard the clan's food for himself and his wardens. His people were given little. Many wished to oppose Garrick, but he was powerful. He had many followers who enjoyed his favor. Any who questioned him would be executed. People say Caius was bad. Caius wished to take control from Garrick, and many supported him. My mentor, Aya, was one of those. A black runner getting caught up in clan politics seems rare. Yes, but Aya was fierce. Though she had left her clan, she still protected these people. She believed in justice. She would fight for those who could not. She sounds like my kind of person. What happened? Caius was successful in his goals. He became chieftain of the Riptide clan, but only after Garrick burned what little food remained. Soon the village would starve. Caius led his people through this problem. Though his expectations were high, the clan flourished. The people respected him. He's a good leader. Still an asshole, though. I would often return to the Riptide clan to inquire into their well-being. It is through her that I know Caius. Later, after Aya had died, he would ask me to join the Riptide clan. I refused. I wished to return to Draconi. Why? Caius does not like Aeon. At the time, he did not like Dravonia. These were the people I wished to be with. I pet his arm comfortingly. Aeon was practically your father. It's good that you stuck by him. What happened to Garrick? Caius knew he would have enemies. He wished to make an example of those who would oppose him. Loken hesitates. What happened? Caius bound Garrick by his hands. He shut Garrick's eyes forever with a needle and thread. Gods, that took a dark turn. Garrick was hung high in a tree by his feet, inside the Black Zone, and abandoned. By the morning, Garrick had disappeared. It's chilling to know that the man who hates me with a passion is capable of something so barbaric. Was Caius always that vicious? No. This was not long after Lyra's death. Before this, he was always calm. Those who suffer sometimes turn cruel. Caius maintains control, but was changed by Lyra's loss. The other chieftains will not cross him out of fear. I go quiet, pondering exactly what Caius is really capable of. Hey, Loken? Why does he call demons the negative ones? Loken whines uneasily. They have many names. It is the Black Runners who decide these names. We are the ones responsible for knowing them, so that the clans may remain ignorant. To call them the negative ones is a common title in Alayla, though the Draconi do not use this title. How come? Who first started calling them demons? I did this. Why? He doesn't answer. Did any other Black Runners call them that? No. This title began with me. But why? Why demon? Loken looks ahead of us, eyes vacant. His pace slows. Sorry, it's just that it's a Zephyr word. Bite said you don't have it in your language. We figured it could be a translation issue, but I don't know. It seems too specific. It's the first time I've seen him look so unnerved. It's odd. What's wrong? There is a place I will show you before I tell you this story. It is on the way to Devil's Crag. Oh. Okay. We have a long distance to travel. We must move faster. Come. Got it. You set the pace. Loken nods, then wordlessly gestures for me to stay by his side as he breaks into a jog. Taking advantage of my breathlessness, I run smoothly alongside him. Little of importance happens whilst we travel. We keep a steady stride through Alayla, the mountainous terrain eventually blending together as we progress westward. By late afternoon, I'm starting to feel the ache, but urge my feet onwards regardless. Loken remains stoic and focused. He says next to nothing. Hours pass in comfortable silence. As the sun curves down and begins to dip, a thin veil of mist sweeps the ground, and the temperatures start to drop. Just as he promised, Loken takes me on a quick detour to see the ominous sight he alluded to. Dusk rapidly approaches. Just when my fatigue starts to burn, we arrive at an eerie, abandoned settlement. What is this place? Beside me, Loken whines anxiously. I will tell you this story. It is part of your training. There's something different about him. He's holding himself in a manner I've never seen. Like he's unsettled on a spiritual level. Concerned, I reach up and gently stroke his arm. Are you okay? Loken only looks away solemnly. He isn't okay at all. The Oxtail clan once lived here. They were a small clan of 50. And now they are gone. Nobody will approach this village. Squinting at the dilapidated floor and neglected, warped structures, a shiver runs down my spine. I instinctively ready my spear. There's a haunting tranquility to the derelict settlement. A solemn, hollow enormity I don't know how to describe. Did we pass into a black zone? No, but we are standing beside one, you see? He gestures past the decaying huts and into the gaping maw of the adjacent woodlands. The black zone borders behind those trees. My skin tingles. If I took 10 paces forward, I'd be inside. It's far too close for comfort. Did they have any idea that they'd built their village right on the border? They did not. They did not consult a Black Runner before choosing this site. I stare into the maw of dread. In my head, it's like watching my own face reflected in a fathomless seawater. My nose almost touching the dark ripples. What happened here? The village was named Carmine. This was for the red petals that once grew here. Many years ago, the village had become silent. Those who visited this clan disappeared. A Black Runner and her acolyte were asked to discover why. A warden from a nearby clan was with them. The Oxtail clan did not welcome them, but they continued to investigate. Loken directs my gaze to one of the abandoned structures, a large house. The Black Runner soon discovered the truth. Many years ago, 10 of the villagers had become informed all at once. They had been chained to the walls inside this building. Chained? They were kept alive for many years. The Oxtail clan was small. They had strong bonds. They could not execute their own. The whole horrifying truth washes over me. I shiver and step away. Those poor fuckers, trapped inside that house, completely insane. Loken nods sadly. The informed would ramble as they were chained. Over time, the villagers would listen to their ramblings. Soon, the ramblings became like music. The chieftain of the Oxtail clan was called Zana the Wise. She had once been a talented healer. 2 of those who had become informed had been her children. Zana's mind was broken. She ordered her people to listen to the voices of the informed. They would gather every night. None were allowed to refuse. The words of the informed became law. Zana interpreted these words. The people came to believe the Black Zones were good. They would worship them as one would worship gods. Soon, the Oxtail clan did not wish to be the Oxtail clan anymore. Instead, they would call themselves the Ensouled. So it was a cult? Fuck. The Black Zones really messed people up. They would call the demons by a strange name. Angels. Angels? They heard that word from the informed? They did. They believed that if all embraced these angels, the Black Zones would swell with gratitude. All lands would be consumed in rapture. What happened to the 3 that investigated? The Black Runner, the Acolyte, and the Warden? The Ensouled did not want their secret to be told. They became hostile to the Black Runner. The Warden had to act. She fought the Ensouled, though she did not wish to. The village was slaughtered. There was no other choice. A thought suddenly strikes me, and I groan in realization. The Badger of Carmine. Taki? She was the warden. She's always seemed so indomitable. A loyal guardian and a friend. But being forced to carry out an execution of this scale? That's not her. Taki also put down the informed that had been chained up, including the children. It was the only path. The Black Runner agreed to tell the other clans that the Oxtails had turned to banditry and murder. Many see Taki as a hero for her deed. I doubt she sees it that way. Or Taki. What happened to Zana? Zana the Wise fled into the Black Zone. Taki was not able to deliver justice to this person. She believes she failed her duties this day. This still causes her great pain. She will not speak of these things. The haunting, tragic tale of Carmine rings in my mind. But one aspect in particular irks my curiosity. Loken, how did 10 people become informed all at once? Loken promptly directs my sight towards the ominous Black Zone border again. When the village of Carmine was built, some structures were put within the Black Zones. The builders were oblivious. Behind those trees within the Black Zone, there is a barn used to store grain. You could see it clearly from here were it not for the trees. On that night, the villagers had heard sounds from the barn. They crossed the border to investigate. When they returned, they were informed. He pauses. Earlier that night, something had wandered into the barn. It had become trapped within. This is what the villagers saw. I stare. My grip of the spear tightens until my knuckles turn white. That's... fuck. It was right on their doorstep. The whole time, watching them. It was the Black Runner's acolyte who discovered the barn. The acolyte was... Loken's stoic, indomitable demeanor is cracking. He's unsettled. I've never seen it happen like this. It's unpleasant. The acolyte was only a child. They were hiding from the violence as the Ensouled were fighting. They crossed the border and sought refuge in the barn. They looked within. They saw. His chest is starting to rumble with a deep, constrained anxiety. I reach up and squeeze his arm to offer whatever comfort I can. It was you. You were the acolyte. He breathes deep, wavering in the face of his trauma. It was on this night, Alex. I knew they were demons on this night. That is their names to me. I opened the door. I faced this demon. It faced me back. I felt it. He's never quaked at the sight of a Black Zone, nor the mention of a demon, not once. Whatever he went through here left a deep, deep scar. I step into his view and cup his muzzle, trying to turn his gaze down to me. I can't bear to see him hurt. Hey, that's enough. You don't have to tell me any more. He resists me, keeping his gaze on the clearing and snarling. I gingerly stroke his cheek with my thumb. Loken. I finally get through to him. He falters. Stop thinking about it. Eventually, he nods. His head droops, the weight of his snout collapsing into my hands. I embrace him. Easy. Easy, big guy. I've got you. He inhales deeply, nuzzling his soft face into my shoulder for comfort. I pet him, slowly and compassionately. I feel his arms tighten around me. His pain slowly bleeds away as he clings to me. It was a long time ago. Whatever was in that barn, it's gone now. No. What? It is not gone. I release Loken and spin around, locking my eye back onto the empty clearing with urgency. Just beyond those trees, it's still there? Barely 10 paces away from us, trapped in that barn? I could almost see it from here. And it could see me. Once again, I see my reflection in the black water, but what lurks just behind it, staring back? Loken, let's just leave. I step away, but Loken doesn't move. Come on, big guy, that's enough. When he remains still, I hook a hand onto his paw and tug him from his trance. We can't stay, you could be watching. He starts to follow me, slowly. I keep hold of his paw. We turn, silent, and keep our backs to the border. I resist the urge to whirl around and face whatever might be watching our backs as we leave the village of Carmine. We don't say much for the rest of our travels that day. The mood is bleak. Loken is disturbed. I'm not sure if Carmine was really a lesson for me. Perhaps it was some kind of therapy for him. Eventually, he agrees to do something that'll take his mind off of it. We decide to make camp for the night at a spot he says he's particularly fond of. Whoa. It is a good place to rest. I see why you like it here. This is gorgeous. Layla keeps finding new ways to humble me with its beauty. The sky has turned blazing orange. Before us, a glorious waterfall flows amid a tranquil pond. The forest here is far from any clan. They do not patrol these woods. It is peaceful. Their loss. This is the kind of place I'd want to build a cabin next to and settle down. Perhaps. But this would not be good. The Black Zone is not far from here. Loken points to a point beyond the forest, past the scenic waterfall before us. There is no fence to mark the border. That's pretty close. Are you sure this spot is safe? You are sensing danger? I look back in the direction Loken indicated, trying to fathom the vacuous depths that lay just beyond. However, the usual dread that seizes me when we're close to a black zone is absent. I can't sense anything. Then we are safe. He smiles contently, his eyeline going to the serene pond. He seems transfixed. I watch his eyes shut, his fur ruffles in the chilly breeze, and his chest inflates with his steady breathing. You alright, big guy? You've been really quiet since Carmine. I am okay. He hooks an arm around my shoulder, tugging me closer to him. I smirk, nestling under his arm. It is good being here with you. We will enjoy this view. Anything to spend more time with you? You come here a lot? I do. You have also been here before. I tilt my head at him, baffled. After I pulled you from the glass, I ran from the Black Zone to this place. You were asleep, heavy. It was here that I washed your wounds. Oh. Right, when I was, butt-ass nude. Butt-ass? Yeah, naked. This was not important at the time. Loken ruffles my hair, then moves over to a nearby rock. He perches himself on it, watching me curiously. Alex, I will ask you a question. My day's going pretty good. That is not the question. Oh, sorry. Instead, I'm asking what language it is you were speaking when I brought you to this place. I was talking? You were. I plonk my butt neatly on the stones beside him. We both sit, facing the lake. His tail hooks around my waist gently. If I was talking, it would have been before Bite was translating. I don't remember what I said. My first memories are of waking up at the lodge. The language you spoke was strange. I did not know these words. It's just my mother tongue. I definitely didn't recognize your language at first either. Perhaps only the Zephyrs spoke this language you spoke. But if the Zephyrs spoke my language, where did yours come from? Perhaps both languages were used. Then how come no one here speaks mine anymore? I do not know. I think back to that day. To the day I woke up, trying to recall it for clues. Some of your salvage had writing on it, in my language. The shampoo bottle, remember? No one can read these words. Right. But it still raises questions. Like, is there also a written version of Alalian? If so, what kind of alphabet does it use? Alphabet? Tell me what this is meaning. I frown. Can people read or write at all in Alayla? No. Only the Automonks can do these things. I chuckle at the outrageous absurdity. The Automonks really are fundamental cockheads. These skills were common with the Zephyr? It was essential. We were all taught it. Still, I wonder what happened to my language. You said you didn't even recognize it. All provinces outside of Alayla speak Alalian, or a language that is close. Why is it called Alalian then, if it's spoken elsewhere? It is called this because Alayla is the center of the known world. It is the largest safe space, accessed only by the spine south of here. The known world must be pretty small. It is. But there are many other safe areas that contain other clans. They are connected by passages through the Black Zones. Only the Black Runners know these passages. You must have traveled them. What are they like? I have not traveled them. You've never gone beyond the spine? I do not know the passages outside of Alayla. Oh, Aya didn't teach you? Aya did not teach me this. It is not the responsibility of the Black Runner to teach their acolyte this. The acolyte uses their wit to determine the Black Zone borders by themselves. All Black Runners are different. How they are attuned to the four is different. Some may be skilled in one of the four, others in another. I am considered to have weak wit. I gawp at him. What? That's bullshit. Come on, you put up all those fences around Alayla. Only around the Draconi lands. Outside of this, my wit is poor. Actually, I do remember him saying that he had whole heaps of salvage that he couldn't identify. I just assumed that was natural for all Black Runners. But you're really well known as a Black Runner. People in other clans have heard of you. Those windshield travelers stop by just to see you. This is true. I am a renowned Black Runner, but not for my wit. Instead, this is because I am considered to have strong vigor. I nod in understanding. Ah, yeah. Any acolyte that can face down a demon as a child must have a pretty sturdy mind. In some places, I have a name. Oh? I am called the Whisperer. I snort, trying to contain a laugh. This is not a joke. Sorry. No, it's just... sounds like a cheesy nickname. You are enjoying cheese, but you do not eat. No, it's just an expression. So, the Whisperer. I like it. It's kind of cool. He gives me a stiff thumbs up. It is cool. I enjoy this name. It reminds me that I am strong, even when I feel I am weak. Why the Whisperer, of all things? After the encounter at Carmine, I would say the word demon to Aya. This was unusual. Before this, I did not speak at all. Wait, that was your first word? For many years, yes. The people of the clans believed I had spoken with this demon. Some feared this. Some admired this. Did you speak to it? I do not know. I simply knew this word, demon, after that day. I frown. You said the Ensouled called them angels? They did call them this. Angels and demons. I'm pretty sure those are Zephyr words. This is important? Maybe. They're sort of like opposites? I don't know. He growls thoughtfully, but then shakes his head. I have thought about these words many times. It is not good to think about them too much. Quite suddenly, he rises from his perch. Alex, that is enough talking. The water is good. Water? He smirks wickedly, and there's a snap as he unbuckles the strap around his chest. Really? You're gonna take a dip? Yes. You will join me. I will feel you against me. I fold my arms, bemused, as I watch Logan start to strip down. You can't seriously be horny after today. No, I only wish to hold you in these waters. We will not mate until we have returned to the Draconi. It looks a bit cold for a swim. Then I will warm you, little human. Come, the water will relax you. As he tugs off his loincloth, I feel my face flush. Even if he's not planning anything lewd, the view of him remains as tantalizing as ever. I guess it does look pretty nice. The water, that is. And you. He walks over and cups my jaw, circling his huge paw around my neck. I grin, letting my head fall against his fumbling grasp. You sure you don't just want to get me naked again? I do not want that. Oh, I do want that. I enjoy feeling you against me. Alex, undress and enjoy this water with me. It's hard to resist when his subtle paw pads are pressing so wonderfully into my neck and face. He teases my jawline with his thumbs, and one paw tugs at my hoodie. Off. Okay. Let me just... Before I can even get up, he's already tugging my top clean off over my head. I chuckle, sheepishly trying to raise my arms to let him strip me from behind. And man, he really has absolutely no tact. It's completely endearing, honestly. Once Loken has wrenched my top off, I'm struck by the icy blare of the Lelian chill. Urgh. Loken tugs me closer to be enveloped in his arms. I'm struck by how luxuriously warm he is, even amid such cold air. As I coddle myself into his pelt, his arms snake around to my butt, and he slides his paws down my pants and onto my bare cheeks. Squeezing them, I snicker. Getting handsy there. You sure this isn't about mating? It is not. I only enjoy holding this part of you. He pushes my leggings down, leaving us both exposed to one another. I timidly bury my face into his chest and grin, suddenly aware of where we are. Sure no one comes this way? You are shy. Still not used to being naked out in the open. It is only us here. Come, we must relax. It has been a long day of traveling. Keeping his paws all over me, Loken tugs me over to the water. Wait, slow down. It's cold and I don't have your fur. No, do not get in slowly. He continues to pull me in despite my protests. Hang on. No, it is better to be fast. When my feet hit the pool, I immediately flinch. It's bitterly cold. Fuck, it's brisk. It's certainly an unpleasant far cry from the hot springs. I lift my feet to protect them from the icy currents, but Loken just hauls me further in. You must move quickly. You will get used to the cold. Wait, no! Loken heartlessly smirks as I'm dragged helplessly into the icy pond. And he pulls me in waist deep, I jolt, clenching my teeth and clutching onto Loken tightly. Loken, why? He only chuckles mercilessly at me. See, you are now in the water. You are okay? I grimace, my whole body paralyzed by the shocking temperature drop. I clutch my body to his desperately. Yeah, just hoping I won't freeze my dick and balls off. The husky compresses his arms around me and squeezes, smirking and nosing his snout tenderly into my cheek. Humans do not like cold water. Not this cold. Although, I have to admit, the temperature is getting more tolerable as the seconds trickle by. The pond water reaches my belly button and I keep myself pressed into Loken's heated body. Man, how are you still so warm? All Alalian hounds have thick pelts. We are built for this cold. I hum in agreement, shivering and running my hands up his chest, groping his pecs. The water behind Loken sloshes as his tail wags beneath the surface. His silky fur entwines with my fingers. I feel the dense vibrations of his rumbling, happy growls. He laps his tongue playfully across my cheek, leaving a cold, wet smear. You and your tongue. You are a good human. I blush. And you're a good hound. You are a good acolyte. And you're a good teacher. We gaze at each other for a moment. His paw fumbles with my waist as my fingers weave into his pelt. I lean forward, touching my forehead into his chest. He ruffles the back of my head with his paw. Okay, I'll admit, this is nice. I watch him for a moment, this curious hound, this peculiar mentor of mine. Even with all the darkness clouding my mind, he's still so enticing to me. I can't explain where this attraction came from. He's taken good care of me, and I've tried to do the same for him. Despite all that, still, he's kind of an enigma to me. As close as we've gotten over the past 6 days, much of him remains a stranger. What's really going on in that head of his? Hey, why are you helping me? It's just... I just still don't really get you. Why did you want me as your acolyte? You are the last human. We must determine where you have come from. Yeah, but why do you want that? This is your path. I will help you out find out where you have come from. This will help you become a great black runner. Only this and nothing more. Nothing more? Really? I hesitate. I don't want to ruin the moment. It's nothing. Tell me. How many lines did I skip? Yeah. This one. Tell me. I smile sweetly at him, fumbling my fingers around his sodden chest fur. I just, I find it hard to believe. Explain. You keep saying it. Only this and nothing more. Just focus on the task. You always warn me about digging too deep. But, don't you want to know anything? I am confused. This algorithm could tell us a lot more. The Cascade, the Zephyr, the Affliction, Soulcreek. No, that knowledge is dangerous. We are here for you, only you. I hum uncertainly, continuing to massage his chest. He whines, cupping my chin and tilting my face up to his. You are not believing me. Don't take this the wrong way, Loken, but no. At once he scowls, I just groan. Come on, forget it. I don't want to ruin... You think I am dishonest? Explain. I didn't mean that, it's just... I shrug. I don't think people see you as a great black runner because of all the salvage you collect. Something sets you apart from the others. From what I can tell, you're closer to the black zones than most other black runners. That's why people look up to you. You've studied them, thought about them, learned about their nature. Hell, you faced down a demon when you were just a kid. You warned me not to dig too deep, but here we are, on our way to Devil's Crag to dig deep, deeper than ever. He looks away, growling softly. You once asked me if I thought the demons could be stopped. You asked me. Come on, you even keep a piece of one in your own home. You're way more than just a salvage collector. You're a teacher, a protector. You're trying to save people. There's a pause. You want to stop the Black Zones, don't you? He looks away from me. I hug my body to his, head kneading into his soaking chest. Am I wrong? No. There are things I have wondered. I have wondered since that day at Carmine. I have been chased by demons. I have searched for and saved people who have disappeared in the Black Zones. I have given counsel to chieftains about their nature. I have slain and informed who I could not save. This is my path, but I would like to know if the path will ever change. Perhaps one day it will. Perhaps one day we will be the ones to end it. I thought perhaps this algorithm could help us with this task, this final task. But I am afraid, Alex. The Black Zones are not forgiving to those who drift too close, even us Black Runners. They will be even less forgiving of those who push back against them. I am afraid of the consequences this may bring to the clan. We must always tread carefully. I nod in understanding. Dravonia was hoping for the same thing, change. So was Alira. It's the reason she didn't execute me. Hell, lots of people are like that. The random questions, the obsession with salvage, the way people seem drawn to the Black Zones. I don't think people want to ignore them, really. Then I come along, a living Zephyr. Who knows what that could mean? Makes sense you'd want me as an acolyte. Alex, this is not the only reason. Oh? What? I wish to know if... I do not know how to say these things. I scratch the side of his head. Despite how tense he seems, he leans into my hand. It's okay. Take your time. You are a Zephyr. Yeah? When I saw you had wit, I was seeing that you were honest about this. I wanted you as an acolyte because Others say I am strange. They say I talk strange. I hoped the Zephyr would be... like me. I hoped you would be different. I hoped you would not find me strange. I hoped you would be like me. Damn it, Loken. Way to tug at my heartstrings. I scratch his muzzle, then tug it downwards so he's facing me. He stares. Loken, hey. You are amazing to me. You know that? Of all the people I've met here, you're the only one who isn't strange. You're the most sensible, trusting person in the clan. You don't hide yourself. When you say something, people believe you. I've got nothing left, Loken. Just anger I can't explain. I didn't know where to start. I didn't need Dravonia or Taki or the Auto Monks. I needed someone completely themselves. That was you. You're the reason I chose this path, because I trust you. I take his huge paw in my hands, squeezing it between us. They could all learn a lesson by being a bit more like you. Alex? Yeah? He grins happily, leaning down and burying his snout into my hair, placing an affectionate kiss on my head. You are a very strange human. I blush furiously. If I had a tail, it'd be wagging too. And small. A strange, small human. But this is a good thing. He clasps the back of my head, tugging me closer for a tight and wet hug. I wrap my arms around him, turning my head to lean into his embrace and shutting my eyes in bliss. Alex. Yeah? Stay. I'm not going anywhere. When you discover where you have come from, I'll stay with you. You're my friend and mentor. I'm staying, I promise. Okay. He nuzzles the top of my head. Kiss? Kiss. He lowers his head down to mine. My lips meet his muzzle, our jaws curling rapturously around each other. I kiss him with rising passion as the water sloshes around us. His paws claw at me with fervent need, and our tongues meet between us. He's so good at kissing. So damn good. I lose myself in it. I grind my body against his, basking in him. All his need, his compassion. Just him. When he parts with me, a pang of disappointment strikes. I rest my head back against his wet chest fur. My chest is thumping. I hear his heart thumping back. I really want to kiss him again. Wow, my heart is really thumping now. It's never been like that around him before. I feel weird. Kind of sad, but good. Loken? Alex? I gulp. Is it getting colder? The sun will soon set. Come, I will light a fire. We must rest here for the night. Yeah. I take a moment to calm my stirred chest. And probably just the heat of the moment. Only this, and nothing more. And that's where I'll call it for this one. Learning some more about Loken. Hey, yeah. As always, thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye.